the interesting thing about that is a lot of data backs this up. A lot of the Gen Zs and the generation coming behind us are wanting to work this way, this solopreneur kind of entrepreneur freelance lifestyle. And you see that even with YouTube channels, right? A
Hmm.
lot of people are
Hmm.
thinking this is a better route than doing the traditional 9 to 5 like my folks did.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Trevor, friend and coworker. How you doing, Trevor?
I'm doing great. How are you, Gina?
Great, great. I have you here because you have something that you've created. Very smart person. Trevor's great. We're going to learn more about him. But he's created something that's great for freelancers as well as if you're looking for a freelancer and many more stuff. We're going to get into it. Uh, I just wanted to read a little short bio. You've done a lot of things, and this doesn't cover everything, but I wanted to read just a little bit so people can get to know you just a little bit before we dive into some questions. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to read this here. Trevor holds a Bachelor of Science degree in digital media with an emphasis in internet technologies. He has designed, developed, and led digital teams for major universities, Fortune 500 medical device manufacturers, leading e-commerce websites, and a global religious institution. His digital work has been experienced by millions, translated into 93 languages, ranked in the top 10 best performing e-commerce websites, and received raving 5-star customer reviews on the Google and Apple iTunes stores. Trevor is also the owner and founder of commoncreatives.com, the social working network for designers and developers and creative pros. And that's what we're going to talk about today in this interview. Trevor, thanks so much for being on my channel.
Yeah, you bet. It's great to be here.
Hey, I know that doesn't cover everything you do, but that just gives them a little taste of how smart you are and all the things that you've done. It's so great to work with you. And now I'm excited to share this thing that you've built with my followers. So, you ready for some questions about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. First, we're just going to get into it. I have Common Creatives here, commoncreatives.com here. So the first question, an obvious question is, what's the story behind Common Creatives and why did you make it?
Yeah, that's a great question. A little bit about my background with this too, to kind of answer your question. So as we got going here, just I've been working in design and development, digital design development for the last ooh, 18 years or so, and I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of amazing people, everything from 3D design to app development to website design. Um, just everything under the sun in digital, and it's been an amazing ride. With that, I started seeing an opportunity that wasn't being met. I myself did started doing a lot of freelance in college, and I just as I worked with these individuals, I saw a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'd love to do freelance, or I'd love to do more of this type of work that I do on the side," or sometimes even totally different. Like it might be like a designer who loves photography but doesn't do that full time, and they just wanted to get more opportunities to do that. On the same side, I started noticing a lot of businesses that were like, "Hey, we need to find someone who's got X skills. Does anybody know who knows how to do this and wouldn't mind picking up some extra work?" And I started seeing that there really wasn't a way to get those two people talking together or connected very easily. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make a platform for people that can go on and say, "This is what I do. Here's my portfolio," or "I'm a business and I'm looking for XYZ skill set," and start the conversation going together. And so that was kind of the idea of it. And thus far, it's been working out, helping people get connected. So we like to say it's meant to be defined and to be found is the tagline that we go off of.
That's cool. That's cool. And I think that really relates to my followers because I know some people who want to design these t-shirts, but maybe don't want to actually do print on demand. So those can be the designers of what you talked about. But there's also people who like the print on demand stuff, but don't actually want to design. So they could use your site to kind of find designers too. So I think it's perfect for what we're doing. So I think this is going to work out. Okay, so that's question number one. We know what it is, who's it for, and let's go to question number 2, which is how long has it been out and how many people are on it currently?
Yeah, great question. We've had it out for a few years now. We currently have about 400 members on
Wow.
the platform. And it's been growing every year, which is exciting to see. We now have we've got members in about 22 states in the United States. And again, it's growing every year. And so it's just been really exciting to see that, again, that purpose of getting people found, to be found on the platform and to find opportunities. So it's been really exciting to see that.
That's cool. That's very cool. Wow, it's growing and growing. And so is it just this separate question, but is it just United States for now, or are you branching out outside of the United States?
Yeah, great question. The platform, the social networking site, it's open for anybody. It's again free to do this too. You don't have to pay. It's not any kind of subscription or anything. That's free to create an account. It's open globally. We do have an e-commerce site that maybe we'll talk about a little bit here later on
Mhm.
that is a little bit more around shipping products to the United States. But right now, the whole social working network is available for anybody who'd like to create a free account.
Cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I asked that because I have a lot of followers outside of the United States and may want to hire people in the United States, or maybe in the United States want to hire out or whatever it is. So great,
Yeah,
great
and
answer.
just a comment
Yeah.
to that really kind of can is that's actually helpful for clients too. Sometimes that they are trying to hit a certain market
Hmm.
and they're looking for expertise in that area. And so that's a way people can differentiate themselves as well to say, hey, I have an expertise in this area for this geographic area. And that's a way you can distinguish yourself. So um, yeah, if you've got people that are all across the world, that can be a way for them to say, "Hey, I do this, and I focus in this area." That could be helpful.
Wow. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. All right. Question number 3. I think you kind of answered this one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And who is Common Creatives for? What's the audience?
Yeah, so it's for two different ones. So the first audience, obviously, is for those who want to be found for freelance. And again, we say it's for designers, developers, and creative pros. So those who are graphic designers, those who are digital product designers, we've got people on there again, obviously, that are developers for all different platforms: iOS, Android, web. We've also got copywriters, we've got photographers. So really anybody who wants to be have finding opportunities to freelance whatever digital creation skills that you might want to put yourself out there for. The second audience is for businesses looking for such people, right?
Mhm.
These are people that businesses that may want to find short-term contracts, maybe long-term contracts, but it really is again for businesses to find and be found for individuals who say, "Hey, I do this, I can help you out."
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, when I think of getting designers, I often think of, well, the biggest one that comes to mind is Fiverr. So how is Common Creatives a little bit different than Fiverr?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So from the get-go, Common Creatives, we wanted to feel like it's a community. What we
Mm,
found in freelance, especially, is people typically will hire those who they feel a trust, they feel a connection to, a lot of word of mouth. That's typically how people who become successful at freelancing, they have that going for them. And so everything that we put into Common Creatives is, again, we call it a social working network because we're taking all of that that's happening today in the social network sphere and really trying to make it community ran and run and more of a social experience. The difference with some of these larger platforms that you see today that have a bit of a connection to what we're doing, the difference is oftentimes that they will present themselves as, hey, we have a large Rolodex of people that you can work with and come talk to us and then we'll match you up to those people. And we just feel like that's not right approach. Again, we feel like more like we should be in the background and more facilitators of getting people opportunities and connection and building tools that allow them to live this type of lifestyle. So
mhm.
again, we just try to build the tools and let the community run itself.
Cool. That's awesome. I like that difference. So you're kind of, yeah, the, if you're part of this group, then you have like more of a feeling of connection and stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right. I kind of answered this question, but I want you to answer this question because I don't know if this is true. But the question is, how can Common Creatives help me as a print-on-demand seller? So if a lot of my followers are print-on-demand sellers, want to know how this Common Creatives can help them in their work.
Yeah, really good question. So if to answer that question, if I was in that situation, I would be able to use Common Creatives to find those niche skill sets that you're looking for, right? Maybe you will want to differentiate yourself with a certain type of design. Common Creatives can help you narrow in that niche, right? You can find certain graphic designers a certain way that you're looking for. Um, and a lot of times too, that you might start there, but then you might find, I need someone to do some marketing for me as well, or I might need a copywriter, or even someone to take photography for me, so do some product shots. Um, all of those skill sets could be found on Common Creatives, and so it really is an opportunity to extend your workforce without having to find full-time people and really kind of meet the budgets that you're looking to bolt on these team members.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. There's so much more going on with print on demand. You have kind of the marketing part where you want to, share your stuff, and good copywriting, of course, is important too.
Yeah, I'll give
Um,
you a real life.
yeah, go
I'll
ahead,
give you a real life
please.
experience with that. Is I started building this for myself, honestly. Like as I had this vision to create this platform, I was like, okay, I know where my skill sets are, but I'm not as strong in this area, and I need to find someone that does X, Y, and Z. I wish there was a platform that could help me find this person. And so, like for example, I do front end web development, but I don't do a whole lot of back end development. And so I was like, I need to find some really good back end developers. And so again, this is just another great example of where if you're in a situation like that with your business, whether it's like, I'm really not good at copywriting, or I'm really not good at graphic design, or I'm really not good at X, Y, and Z, you can then look for those people to augment your skills and fill in those holes for you.
That's awesome. Hey, I think this might be a good time to share how to do that on the site. Are you okay with that? We can
Yeah,
get into Common Creatives and kind of. I have a few more questions, but I think this is great because now we know what it's used for, who's it for, and maybe this is a great time to kind of show how it actually works.
sure, absolutely.
So you okay? You ready to share?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
I'll put it on here. Maybe with us on here just for a little bit. All right, so this is the site. This is commoncreatives.com, right?
mhm.
All right.
Yeah, and so we wanted to keep it really simple. Again, just keeping it simple, right to the fact of if you're looking for somebody. So if you're looking for someone to freelance, you can start typing in what type of skill set you're looking for, and it will go and search for you. You can also go and define a creative. Once you get in there, you can start searching for individuals um, that would have a certain type of skill set. In this case, I'm going to look for graphic design,
Okay, perfect.
and it's going to come and return a bunch of results for me. I can see here I've got a good list of people. Now, and this is again where we've kind of tried to make it as easy for our freelancers as well. So we put a lot of features into the site where it allows them to share their profile,
Oh, nice.
share their most recent portfolio as well. Like one of the things that people that work in this area you'll hear often is they're like, it's such a challenge for me just to keep my website running. Like I'm doing a
Mm,
lot of good work, but I don't have the time to update my website, nor do I have the skills to do that. So,
mhm.
we're like, again, this is where Common Creatives can shine, is we're like, what, we'll take care of that for you. We want to build products that help you live this lifestyle. So we'll come in here, and so you can see Amber, she posted some stuff that she's recently worked on. You go in and see the work that she's done. And yeah, you can just kind of see a timeline of the work that she's doing.
Wow.
For Amber, she can quickly come and post her updates into her own activity feed. So for her, it's just a few clicks, a few postings of some recent stuff she's worked on, and her portfolio is up to date as quick as she wants to do it. Um, and again, that removes that barrier for those working in this space, so they don't have to worry about managing a website. Amber, she went to school for great graphic design, not necessarily web development. So she can have a great website, she can have a great web presence, it's a great portfolio, and this becomes a centralized location where people can find her and say, oh, I like this type of work that she's done, and I'm going to hire her to do that.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's the side of the designer or the individual providing the work. Do you want me to kind of show more
Yeah,
kind of the other side, the business side of that?
sure.
Would that be
Yeah, let's
helpful?
see that too.
Okay. So let's say we're on the opposite end of Amber, right? We're the business looking for a graphic designer and we're looking
Mm-hmm.
for work.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can go to that same location, you can peruse, you can search for people. Another way to streamline this is we do have what we just this last year we created a job board, so you can go in here and you can see different job postings
Oh, I see.
that the community has posted. And
Huh.
so again, this is for businesses. They can say how long they're looking for a contract, if it's an ongoing, if it's month to month. And then again, you can see all the different types of postings that are there. That kind of help businesses too to kind of get noticed a bit quicker than maybe some of the other ones in the postings. You can do featured ones, featured postings,
Now, does it
and
have to be a business? Could I be like myself, like if I wanted to hire a graphic designer to do my t-shirts, for example, could I be the business, for example, and or does it have
yeah,
to be? Oh, wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. So there's no requirement you have to be an LLC or anything like that. You can definitely just, if you're just like, hey, you know what, I just need to find someone and I just want to post it to see what happens. You can
Uh-huh.
definitely just post it in there. To kind of show you to
Oh,
do that too,
okay,
you can go
let's see
into
it.
the job board. You can go again to learn more about this. I won't bore you to death reading it right now, but
Mhm.
you can definitely go in here and see all the different features of how to go about that, all the benefits and all the guarantees we provide. You can edit your posting at any time. If you're not
Cool.
happy with what you're getting, you can edit those types of things. Again, we're the whole reason behind this is to help businesses find the people they're looking for.
Hmm.
We see that as a win-win, right? If we can help you find the people you're looking for, and we can help the community get great opportunities,
Hmm.
that is exactly what we were looking to do.
Cool.
Um, and then again, you just go and follow that posted job link, and there's just a quick form you fill out. We get right back to you, and then we post it.
It's
It's pretty
cool.
simple.
Very cool. All right. Thanks for sharing that. And I'm sure we're going to look at that website a little bit more even. But okay, on to my next question. Let's see. How much does Common Creatives cost for both sides? I'm guessing because you're saying there's also the designer as well as the business owner. So I guess both
Yeah,
sides. Yeah.
yeah. So from the get-go, we wanted Common Creatives to be free for those to create an account. So
Wow.
you will never be charged to create an account. You just provide the details you want to provide for your account, and it will be free indefinitely. Um, that's for businesses and for those again posting to be letting know the world that you're freelancing. The one area that we do ask for some contributions is when you are posting a job.
Okay.
There isn't when you post just a standard job, as we just saw a minute ago. It's $149, and that's for the lifetime of the post.
Oh,
So
wow.
we keep it posted until it's filled. And then if you do want to take advantage of our premium posts, those featured posts, that's $199 a post. So just a little bit more. But the benefit of doing that is we also take those featured posts and we put it into all of our social media feeds as well. So not only are you getting the benefit of posting on the site where the community can see it, but we also disseminate it out to all of our other followers that we have through social media to help get you the qualified leads that you're looking for.
Cool. Cool. That's awesome. All right, thanks. And they can go on there and learn more about what that gets them. So that's cool. I saw that you just showed that where they can find that information. So next question. What advice do you have for those doing freelance?
Yeah, that's a great question. The first thing that would come to mind is know that you're not alone. There are so many people doing this type of work today, and it grows every year. So you're not alone, and there's a ton of people that are wanting to work this type of lifestyle. In fact, we call Common Creatives a lifestyle brand because for those who do freelance, they know that it is a lifestyle. It's It's such a liberating lifestyle to live. And so the key to doing it well is having a great network, and working with the people that are doing it successfully. And again, Common Creative is perfectly situated to help you do that. In fact, we just about a month ago, last month, we just launched a section of the site as well that's called Learn. So you can actually, from time to time, we're posting articles on how to market yourself, how to have a good portfolio, even some of the stats of where freelance is going as an industry, and all the trends that are happening. It's all very exciting, all very awesome stuff to see. And so, again, know that you're not alone. Know that there's tons of support behind you, and Common Creatives is a platform to help you do it successfully.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, would you mind showing that? Can we go on there and show the learn part of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll share the screen again so people can see. Oh, it's right there at the top. I can
Yeah.
see it
So
already.
jump into our learn section. We've got just a few posts here that we just started. Again, we just started this just a few weeks ago. And again, we've got the future of freelancing. There's a great article that was just written. Again, this dives in a little bit more into the geeky side of stuff. If you want to know how well freelance is being done as an industry throughout the United States, anyways, you can see a lot of the trends. It's positive trends. I won't ruin the story here for you, but there is some positive trends. It's actually trending up quite a bit,
Awesome.
especially from COVID days. We've got articles about a better way to find talent. So this is more towards the business side, right? If you're looking for like, how do I do this? How do I navigate this? How do I find good candidates? We've got articles around that. Why are we different? Why is this a better option? How to set your rates and how to promote yourself. So we're just starting this, but it's exciting because again, one of our mantras or things that we're wanting to do is to help people learn how to do this well. And so from time to time, we'll be posting articles on how to be successful.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So thanks so much for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we know what Common Creatives is and what it does. My next question is about the future. So where do you hope to see Common Creatives in the future? Do you have anything planned already?
Yeah, great question. We got big plans.
Oh,
We like
good,
to
good.
dream big. So, and that kind of just goes into what I believe in where we are as a workforce and where I think things are going. So, a quick note to that is, I believe we live in such an amazing time. It's such an exciting time. I think this is the perfect time to live because we really are living in almost like a new transition of how people work. What I mean by that is, if you were to rewind, a good many years back when the Industrial Revolution was starting, you had people starting to work differently, right? They were now working in factories. They were now doing a 9 to 5. They're having just a different cadence of work. Even where they lived in the suburbs was all due to just this different way of working. Fast forward today, we're now in the digital revolution. We're in the digital age. And so a lot of people are possessing digital creation skills. So no, not so much that you're sitting in a factory doing, the line work kind of stuff. You're now asked to make digital goods. And with that, people are realizing like, I can work differently. I don't need to be in an office. I can do this job anywhere that has good, reliable internet. Um, and I can do this job in most any places. And in fact, we've kind of heard this from a lot of people for the last many years, but it took a pandemic like COVID to have businesses say, okay, we got to try this out and we got to do this. And you see a lot of rhetoric now. Even people are saying, I don't want to go back to the office. I think we're more productive this way. So to speak to that, I think we're living in that transitional phase, and Common Creatives is seeking out to help people live that lifestyle. To your question of on the horizon, where we want Common Creatives to be, again, we want it to be a platform that provides a way for people to live this way. We envision a day where you can work anywhere at any time with anybody, and you can wake up and you get a notification from your Common Creatives account that says you've got 6 people that would like to work with you on developing this app. And you can choose. You can say, yeah, I've got time for do this one or that one. And so it's a lot more liberating way for people to live. The interesting thing about that is a lot of data backs this up. A lot of the data that we look into, a lot of the studies that have been given, a lot of the Gen Zs and the generation coming behind us are wanting to work this way, this solopreneur kind of entrepreneur freelance lifestyle. And you see that even with YouTube channels, right? A lot of people are thinking this is a better route than doing the traditional 9 to 5 like my folks did. And so Common Creatives will continue to create products that enable that lifestyle. We will continue to make portfolios. We'll continue to make even platforms, even payment systems that can help you manage your money so that it's not such an ebb and flow. That's one of the things freelancers face often, is that ebb and flow of their payment cycles. And so we want to be that platform that can enable your lifestyle and make it something that you can enable that way of life.
Awesome.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that's awesome. I think a lot of people, at least that I know, really want to do this too, right? Like that's the whole reason I'm doing the YouTube and the print on demand, because I want to make sure that I can work anywhere. It's the freedom, right, of not having to be tied down to a specific time. I can do things the way that I want to do them, and when I want to do them, and where I want to do it. So, yeah. What were you going to say?
Oh, just to add what you're saying, and that dream is not far off. Like people that think like, oh, that's a pipe dream. No, it's not. Like we are living in that time, and there are so many opportunities to do that. Again, that's what we're trying to do, is we're helping people get onto that path and make it a reality for them. And so I think it's awesome. I could geek out with this all day long, because I think it's such an awesome time to be part of it.
Yeah, that is awesome. All right. I have my last question for you, but before then, I want to make sure that we've covered everything. Is there anything else that you need to show, or that we haven't seen on the website that you want to show before I ask you my last question?
Yeah, maybe just one other thing that we actually just launched this year as well.
Let's do it.
I'll share. I'm going to talk about this section of the site. You can get to it. It's our shop.
Cool.
We created this, and again, this is the inspiration that you're giving to us every day. This is where we're like eating up your stuff, like, okay, do you want to help me rock this, right?
Yeah.
So we
Love
again,
t-shirts.
we're all t-shirts. We're all about helping people be successful at freelance. And so we had the idea, and we wanted to create a shop. Our tagline is "Say goodbye to the 9 to 5 and neckties, and get the gear that gets you gig."
Nice.
Get you the gigs.
Yeah.
So all of our merch that we're creating, this is to be your own advertisements for yourself. So you can get a t-shirt, you can wear it around yourself, and I'm wearing one myself. And all of our shirts will say, I freelance. So
nice.
This one right here, if you're at the store and you're like, hey,
nice. Okay.
You're in the store and you're at line, and someone's like, hey, you're a coder? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, well, I freelance. Well, awesome. I could use your help. I'm doing a project. So this allow you to promote yourself in your everyday life.
That's so smart. A business card on a t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. All right. My last question is, where is the best place for people to find you or contact you? They want to learn more about Common Creatives, or maybe just want to learn what you're doing. Where's the best place for that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can find me on the social media feeds, right? I'm on LinkedIn. I don't know if you're planning to post like a link with these.
I'll put whatever you want in the description so people can find you. So LinkedIn. Where else should I put in the description?
LinkedIn's great. You can do Twitter, Instagram are on there too. Those are the big ones. So, and also obviously you can reach out to me on Common Creatives, right? We've got ways that you can contact me through there. And I'd love to hear from you. Honestly, if you've got suggestions on how to make the platform even better, we are all ears. We'd love to hear that.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much, Trevor. I'll make sure to put all of those in the description there. I think this is going to be really helpful. I think a lot of people, a lot of people who have the same skills that do print on demand can also do some of these things. Maybe they want to freelance. Maybe print on demand is slow and sometimes, and they want to do some freelance and the other times when print on demand is slow. I think that could be a really good balance and stuff. So awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you came here and was able to share these with my followers. So thanks so much, man.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. It's been awesome.
Of course. Well, get to go. Make sure you learn more about Common Creatives. Go to commoncreatives.com and message Trevor and get to know Trevor a little bit. And I'll put all of that in the description.
Awesome. Thanks, Gina.
Yeah, we'll see you next time, Trevor. Thanks so
We'll
much.
see you.
All
You
right.
bet.
Bye.